All right. Okay. Star of Sagittarius. I just went over to a friend's house tonight. It's about midnight. We've got back. My woman's asleep. Her son's asleep. I've been thinking about sending you a message, and so this is my attempt to do so. Now, fact is, I enjoy your videos. Okay. I'm worried a little bit that you'll think that means I agree with you. And no. My enjoyment of your videos has literally nothing to do with me agreeing with you. Okay, a lot of the enjoyment is that you have been asking questions, right? So I don't necessarily enjoy as much when you answer questions or say you have answers. It's not to say you don't really have the answers. Not at all. I do want you to understand that there's no way that I or other people are likely to assume you have the answers or to accept or believe you have the answers. That's very rare that people accept that. It's not necessarily rare that people have the answers. People have the answers all the time. There's plenty of answers. Alright, we have plenty of examples of people that have had answers that the rest of us go, wow, that's an undeniable answer. If we accept that answer, there's no more polio. So that happens. Right? But it's far more likely that someone has the answer and nobody else knows yet. Now, what I like is good character. What I like is peacefulness. What I like is humility. Every religion on earth, from the Greek pantheon to Buddhism to you name it in between. One thing it has going for it, and it's real spirituality, is humility. The Greek pantheon is one of the best. Who's punished in most Greek stories? Someone that had hubris. Well, not necessarily most of the Greek stories, okay, but a lot of the major Greek stories, you know, it's Arachne or someone who has hubris. And the ironic, weird thing about it is that they might be right. Arachne might be right. She's a better weaver than whomever, you know, Demeter or Athena or whomever she was a better weaver than her. Sorry, I forget. And as a reward, that God will turn them into something devoted to nothing but that, like a spider. You know, King Midas had to judge who was better, Apollo with the lyre or Pan with the pipes. You know, Midas being immortal was like, well, I love those pipes, man. Those are great. And his reward was not that he was wrong, but that Apollo turned his ears into the ears of a donkey. Dude had to wear a hat. I feel I diverged a little bit, but I think it's somewhat on topic. Right. So, I want to encourage you, Star of Sagittarius, but I'm not the kind of guy that's going to encourage you just like, whatever, go for it. Right? I'm going to say, oh, I don't like this or that. There'll always be something. Right? I'm not always going to say what it is. And I don't really have a comment on your videos directly because there's a complex thing going on. But I have a comment in general, which is whatever happens, keep it peaceful, keep it humble, right? Keep it peaceful, keep it humble. Look, my advice to people that have inspirations is okay, look, let's assume your inspiration is true. Okay? Guess what? You're a god. Isn't that awesome? Guess what else? So is everybody else. You're in a soup of a million gods, of 100 million gods, of 300 million, of a billion, of 7 billion gods. And that's what everybody would have to realize it means to be alive. Yeah. So there's plenty of room for humility. And indeed, it's required. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you're not humble. I like you because I sense a fundamental element of humility. But you also have goals and ideas. You think certain people might react a certain way or not. Okay, though that's a lack of humility of making those assumptions. But then again, go ahead and make them if you want. Seriously, I just wanted the chance to give you my feedback on it. I do encourage you in what you're doing. I encourage you to do it your own way. But while I'm doing that, let me give you feedback that it's important to remain humble. Okay, it's important to be tolerant. It's important to have good character. It is important to be peaceful. Not necessarily pacifist. It would be hypocritical of me to say we should be pacifist. But peaceful. That's something I could claim and argue for. We should be peaceful, we should be tolerant, and we should have humility. Alright? So, that's my perspective.